Hi, it's Shine, and today we're going to do a card session on what you need to know about your closest relationships right now. Whenever you see this, it's a timeless message, so there's something in here for you. See which deck resonates with you. This is deck 1, deck 2, and deck 3. They will be timestamped down below, and if you enjoy the experience and you'd like to book a session with me, the link is in the description for how to get in touch with me. Thank you so much. Let's get right to it. Okay, if you picked deck number 1, this is your reading about what you need to know about your closest relationships right now. Here we go. Okay, the first card is Swan, and when Swan medicine shows up, it's an opportunity to take a deep dive. So what's coming through for me on this is that you really want to take a good hard look into your own self, into what you want, what your soul wants, where you're at right now in the relationships that surround you versus what you deserve and what you need. And take a hard look, take a deep dive, go deep within and figure out if what you have surrounded yourself with in your relationships, if it's resonating with you, if it's in balance or not. And be prepared to just openly look at whether the relationships that surround you are serving you or not, okay? And then what you truly need, desire, and deserve. So also, what's coming up is to take a strong look at your self-worth and see if that's getting in the way of anything, okay? Let's see here. Next we have, Coyote. So Coyote shows up, and this is trickster energy, all right? So as you're taking a deep look within yourself, the message here is to not be too hard on yourself. Don't let your own mind play tricks with you. So really stay true to your self-esteem, your self-worth, as you dig deeply and think about what it is that you really deserve and need. Don't let the negative self-talk, don't outsmart yourself. Don't double think yourself. Don't overthink everything. Just stick with what first comes up in this deep dive, and don't let Coyote trick you, okay? Now, we have Spider. Okay, so when Spider shows up, that's all about weaving. So now that you've taken a deep dive into what you prefer, what you need, and got out of your own way, be your own best friend in this information. Don't be hard on yourself. Don't be tricky. You've been very authentic and objective in what you're seeing. Now is the time to weave. So when Spider shows up, it's all about weaving. It's about weaving what your desires are into fruition. So this is like a manifestation card for you. So if you found, as you examine deeply, that maybe some of the relationships around you need to change is what's coming up, then it's an opportunity to weave a new part of your web. And also what's coming up is, at the edge of your web, this is another message of Spider, don't miss anything that's caught in the edge of your web that you may not have paid attention to. So what this means here for you is that there could be 2 or 3 people here, whether they're coworkers or friends, this feels more like friendships, that have really deserved a place in your life, and you haven't seen those people, the opportunities for a closer relationship with them clearly. They've been at the corner of your net going, hey, pick me. I have something reciprocal energy to bring into your life right now. So check the outskirts, the peripheral parts of your social life, and see if there's some people that really you haven't paid attention to that resonate with that deep dive that you've done, okay? We've got 7 cards here total. All right, now Antelope. Okay, this is perfect because when Antelope shows up, it's all about taking action. So we've been over this, you've done all that work, you got out of your way. Now you're weaving, you're manifesting what it looks like that you truly do desire, who belongs, who stays, Who's new that needs to come in? And Antelope asks you to take action. So where you have seen the need to eliminate relationships, to bring new relationships in, both romantically, friendship, co-workers, people to collab with, people to start that new business idea that you have with, action. Antelope is all about action. So it's time to let it rip and take some action on these specific things that you've done specifically in this area, okay? So it has to do with your deep dive, not a preconceived idea that you had previously, like, maybe I want to propose to this person. Just clean the slate when you do your deep dive and then take action on these steps, okay? Now, okay, we have Black Panther. When Black Panther shows up, he represents the void, and the void is where spirit lives, actually. So this is a Native American medicine card deck with huge respect to the Native American indigenous beliefs. And so Black Panther is about the void, and in that belief system, the void is a dark place, but it doesn't mean traditional darkness as Western cultures have designated darkness. It's actually where spirit lives. And it's a place of really, so you've done this deep dive, but now Black Panther asks you to go where you've never been before. So as you're taking action and it doesn't feel like home, like you're getting rid of some, it feels like you're getting rid of some relationships that didn't serve you. You're getting away from the people who have chosen to gossip all the time, for example, and where you're at spiritually, you can't listen to it. Just for an example. So this is something that you're like, okay, I think it's time to kind of direct my energy somewhere else with different close relationships. And as you do that, you're jumping into this void, and it can be like, oh my gosh, I'm in the abyss. This does not feel right. This does not feel like home. This feels really kind of scary. And that's exactly where you're supposed to be. So if it doesn't feel like home and you've done the deep dive here for what you really do need and deserve, it may not feel like home at all. You might be breaking old patterns. You might be ascending with your spirituality, with where you're at. This is a very charged time right now that we're going through, where a lot of people are really beginning to look at things differently, to value their spirituality a lot more heavily, and to start to grow and really to have some exponential growth is what it feels like with you guys. It feels like the people that pick this deck, you're going through these growth spurts, right? And so the things that used to serve you aren't really serving you anymore. And here you go, you're taking action, but it's like, oh my gosh, have I done the right thing? Am I in the right place? Is this going to be okay? And Black Panther comes to say yes. Black Panther spirit is with you in this, walking through the abyss and creating new paths for your relationships. Okay. And Dolphin shows up. So as you pass through this period of like taking that action and having it feel really off, Dolphin shows up with breath. Breathe is Dolphin's message, and Dolphin dances with the waves, with the moon, with La Luna. And so that pattern, that pattern of breathing, and literally what's also coming up for you that are making these big giant jumps forward. If you've been thinking about breath work, Dolphin's here to say breath work can create a lot of clearing and healing of old gunk, old family dynamics, old patterns that don't serve you anymore. If you can find someone who's or a group that's really, really great with breath work, that's another message too. But also, see, Dolphin's playing. And so after you have all this serious stuff and you're breaking free from other relationships, etc., and you've jumped into the void, Dolphin's here to say it's time to play. It's time to really celebrate, to take a breath from that whole process and enjoy where you are. It's paid off. Like, this is a whole new horizon for you with the relationships, the new relationships, and the new way you have about going about some old relationships. The other thing that's coming up here is like, you don't have to kibosh all the people in your life. That's not the message here. Dolphin wants to remind you to keep your sense of humor as you go through all of this as well too. But what will change is the way that you viewed all of your relationships so far. And so with that new lens, remember to have a sense of humor with the process too. All right, here's the last card, and it's Fox. Okay, this is perfect. Fox represents camouflage. And so it's kind of an interesting part of Fox. It's an interesting finish to this reading, but Fox represents camouflage and the ability to like leave a party, become part of the furniture, and just skirt out of the room unnoticed when you're practicing camouflage Fox medicine, so that as you're making these changes, you can just ease into them. So you've got your sense of humor about it, and now you're taking action. And now as you go forward, you can just do this with ease. You can really discern a lot more easily who deserves you. When Fox medicine shows up, it's also a message about sort of being a fly on the wall and watching other people's patterns, looking at how they do. So let's go back to that group of friends who spent a lot of time gossiping about other people and it just wasn't resonating with you. You're not judging it, just discerning that it doesn't feel good to be around it anymore for you. So now Fox medicine is with you, so you can take this toolbox that you've just built and apply it to each of the relationships that you continue to build throughout this evolution of your spiritual process. So there you have it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for being here. And I'll see you again next time. Okay, if you've chosen deck number 2, this is for you, this session. And we're going to jump right into it. This is, again, about what you need to know about your closest relationships right now. And no matter when you watch it, there'll be a little something, something in here for you. Okay, we have 7 cards, and we're just going to jump right in. All right, your first card is Shanti. And the message here is, I am the angel of peace. I bring you new tranquility and a smoother road ahead. So I love that. So right away, this is going to be a lot of what's coming up for me is peaceful. This is a peaceful endeavor. These are peaceful transitions that are going to be happening for you. And peace is at the basis. This is the first card. So that peace is the foundation of all the information that's going to come up right now. It's ushering in a new time for you to really enjoy that peace in the relationship department. Okay. Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael shows up, and the message on the card is, I am with you, giving you the courage to make life changes that will help you work on your divine life purpose. Okay, so this is really, really wonderful. Again, what's coming up here is Archangel Michael's presence is giving you an opportunity, and I feel the need to say, all the angels are there to help all of us, but we just have to ask. So in asking Archangel Michael for help, very supported for life changes as you work on your divine purpose. So what was coming up is alignment. Looking around and seeing the people that you surround yourself with in the closest relationships that you have, are they supportive of this calling you have to do your divine life work, of the spiritual closeness that is growing for you? And the other thing that Archangel Michael does that's so brilliant is he does like housekeeping, basically. Excuse me. So he can clear like tethers that are attached to you from relationships that are old, from people that you've helped, and sometimes their energy can kind of get tethered or attached onto you. And so Archangel Michael is great at clearing any of those tethers, any ties that don't serve you. Okay, so it's just a beautiful time. It looks like remember, it's peaceful, but it does look like there's some changes coming. All right. Now the next card is Oceana. Oceana's message is take action. You're in touch with your truth in this situation, and you need to trust your gut and lovingly assert yourself. Okay, so what's coming up here is these positive changes are happening for you. There are going to be some changes in your relationship. It's great to know that peace and Archangel Michael are at the foundation of these changes. And the other thing that's coming up with Oceana is that there's been patterns of really being people-pleasing. And so looking for validation outside of yourself instead of within yourself. So as you listen to and trust your gut about who you're spending time with and who is the closest to you, please trust your gut and lovingly assert yourself. So it's time to start looking within yourself for your own validation. And it's also time to be more confident about the intuitions that you get, about those downloads that come through, the psychic hits that come through, the information, so that if you have somebody and you've been wondering like if they're really on the up and up with you, that's telling you something. Okay? So, and I love it. It's lovingly assert yourself, right? Peace being the foundation. Okay, let's keep going. We've got 7 cards. Haha, there's Daniel. All right, I am the angel of marriage and I'm assisting you right now. Okay, so for you folks that are looking, it looks like there is very positive change on the horizon for you in the land of romance and love. So whether you're in a relationship now or you're single and looking for that special relationship, it's definitely on the way. As you take Oceana's advice here, really though, and be in touch with you, your intuition and what you need, and to look after yourself, to have that validation coming from within, so that you're ready to meet your special person on the same level. Like attracts like. So that's why this foundation here of peace, and then some clearing, taking some deep dives here with yourself. It's funny, it's a theme, but to listen to yourself, to grow into yourself more. And then here comes Daniel, the angel of marriage. And if you're in a relationship right now, this is an opportunity for it to be more reciprocal, for you to be, what's really important here, what's really important with Oceana is for you to be comfortable being your authentic self, being you, being comfortable in your own skin, being completely you, so that whether you're in a relationship or looking for a relationship, that's the level, that's the intensification of your relationship, your love relationship, that you get to be truly you. Okay? And if you find, the other thing that's coming up, that you're in a relationship and you're not able to be yourself after you've taken a strong look at that, and it's out of alignment with your gut feeling, and you don't feel seen and heard, then it's time to make room for a new love relationship. Okay, very powerful. Let's keep going. Andriel shows up. Okay, so you are a light worker. God needs you to shine your divine light and love like an angel upon the earth and all of its inhabitants. So this is very important. This is a call to, be more in touch with your spiritual side, with your gifts, your intuition, your psychic gifts, to lean into those. And so this relationship, if it's in alignment, all right, like we just talked about that, I don't want to be redundant, but just so we're clear, an aligned, mutually reciprocal relationship where you feel like you can be yourself is going to support your exploration into more of your psychic gifts, into more of your spiritual abilities, into doing the light work that's deep, nestled deep in your soul. The right in your circumstance here, the right relationship is going to help that blossom. It's going to water that piece of you that's been what's coming up is it's been parched. It's been sort of neglected isn't the right word, but it hasn't been nourished. Okay, so it's getting nourished and having this support of a loving partner who is, he doesn't have to be totally like-minded, but he has to be totally, or she, excuse me, or they, totally on board with what you need, and supporting you as you blossom and unfold in your spiritual endeavors. Okay, very cool. Now, Ariel shows up. Haha, I love it, right? So, new psychic and spiritual experiences are changing the way you view the world and yourself. Allow your spiritual gifts to open through study, prayer, and meditation. Okie dokie. So, it started out about relationships, and clearly it is, and having the right support system around you, and making sure that you have that love relationship that we talked about in place, where it's reciprocal energy and supportive of this blossoming that you're going through. And holy cow, like, clearly this is what we're talking about, like you really diving in to your spiritual psychic gifts and exploring them, opening up more to that, seeking out people who share those same abilities so that you can grow and contribute to the collective. And this includes having new work relationships. So when you dive into this, should you choose to go down this road, it's very rewarding, but things are really going to turn upside down with your professional life. So the professional life that you used to have, those relationships are going to change drastically. You're going to start drawing in more like-minded people and figuring out, again, with alignment, alignment is the theme today, to be such an alignment with what serves your soul on this path, what supports you, of course, realistically as well, but to begin to shift into doing the spiritual work that's the best for the collective, and it's the best for you too. Like you are just, oh my gosh, you're going through such a tremendous, huge growth process. This year is going to be very, very powerful for you. So even if there are some adjustments over here and here with friendships and romantic relationships, it's all really for the highest good, and supporting your spiritual growth. Very, very, very awesome. All right, now we have Akasha as the finisher here. She says, you are a spiritual teacher. You have ability to counsel others and help them awaken their spiritual gifts and divine life mission. Well, that kind of says it all. So clearly these three cards play into this huge life transition that you will be going through. And you will be in that position to teach people, to lead people, to children are coming up quite a bit too, to be that spiritual guidepost for children as they're coming up. And for teenagers especially too, and especially for teenagers who are, stepping into their own power with their own bodies, for trans teens to really have that support and guidance that they need as they transition and with their physical bodies and transition into who they were meant to be. And so it's very powerful, this work. And, it's also working, guiding adults. And I'm seeing groups, seeing where there's circles that you form, and this isn't like tomorrow, but if this has been on, like, you're already spiritual and you're on this path, and then you're brand new and you don't know what's headed your way yet. But this end point is the same no matter where you're at on the process, that you are in a position of leadership. So you're growing into that. So if you've thought about starting circles with like-minded people to fortify them, to build them up, to, have a conscious community, to be, to have that group mind that can accomplish so much more, it's a great time to do that. It's a great direction. So whatever is on your mind with this growth, with helping other people, with like, hey, should I be a counselor? hey, should I be getting into, psychedelic assisted therapy? Should I be leaning into this or that? You know what's been on your own mind, and it resonates with you, and it's like it hums within your soul. That's where you're going, and so your relationships are going to come and circle you. That so the biggest message about all of this is to make sure that they are support all of your relationships are as supportive as they can possibly be to this endeavor, to this end game of being in leadership spiritually. Okay, guys, that is your reading for now, and I will catch you next time. Thank you so much for being here and for watching. Okay, guys, if you picked deck number 3, this is for you. It doesn't matter when you watch it. There'll be a message here for you. It's a timeless message. And let's just jump right into it. There'll be 7 cards. And this is an Animal Oracle deck. Okay, your first card is, and this has to do with your relationships, what you need to know about the relationships that are closest to you. So we're off to a start here with Wasp Spirit showing up, saying sometimes life stings. So when Wasp shows up, it could be like, oh, that breakup really hurt. Losing that relationship, that severing of the job, that huge life change, it really hurt. It really stings. It doesn't feel good. And the deeper meaning here with Wasp medicine is that down the road here, you'll look back and go, oh gosh, I'm so glad that thing ended. Whatever the thing was, the relationship, the job, which ends a lot of relationships oftentimes all at once because you're not spending the day working together. So whatever that was, that sting that you've experienced, it's actually really good news, even though it super sucks in the moment. You'll look back later and go, thank goodness that happened. Okay, so it's kicking it right off there with Wasp medicine. And then we go to Giraffe Spirit. Okay, and Giraffe's message is to see the big picture. So when you can, it's so important to feel your feelings clearly, but when you can kind of start to gain some perspective, to, think about giraffe, how tall the giraffe is. It looks at things from a higher perspective. The other thing that's coming up with me for this is looking into your own higher self. So you're looking to your own soul and what your soul really needs in this situation, what your soul needs, again, out of relationships, but to see the higher purpose, to see the big picture, to rise above the sting and to try and look for the new opportunities as a result of the thing that stung. Okay, now, and the other thing that's coming up too that they'd like me to be clear with you guys on is that if you're thinking about ending a serious relationship and you're worried it's going to hurt too much, this is for you too. Okay, this is for you too. If that's the only thing holding you back from making that life change, is being afraid it's going to hurt you or the other person too much, then that Wasp medicine is for you as well. That it's okay to make that change, even if it sucks in the moment and it's hurtful. It will benefit both of you down the road when you can gain a higher perspective about it. Okay, now we have Swan Spirit. And Swan's been making an appearance today. So Swan is time for a deep dive. So now that you've moved past hopefully the sting, or you can see the sting for what it is, got that higher perspective, now it's time to go back inwardly and really assess, take inventory about what it is that you need, what you bring to the relationships that are closest to you. So what do you carry into the relationships? Are you supportive? Are you giving reciprocal energy? Are you contributing to the relationships around you? Are you really spending time to care and feel about other people as much as they are with you? And also on the flip side of that, do you feel supported after spending time with the people who are in the closest relationships to you? So it's time to take your temperature and see how you feel after having dinner with the family, after having, time with your sister or your brother, after spending time with your love and your friends. How do you feel? Start being very aware of, are you feeling good? Are you feeling confused? Are you feeling supported? Is it in alignment with you and what you need? And also, are you delivering? Are you showing up? Is your heart open? Are you giving freely? Are you able to give freely? Do you need to do some work on opening your own heart so that you're also giving with what you're needing to get in return? Okay. Okay. And here's Turkey spirit. Give with gratitude and grace. Okay. So this is in no means critical at all. It just has to do with, sometimes when we've been hurt, it's really hard to open up again. It's really hard to give after we've been hurt. And so this is a message. Turkey's always about the great giveaway. Turkey medicine is, what turkeys do for us, for our holiday in the United States, Thanksgiving. They give their lives for us for that holiday. And so that's where turkey medicine comes from. But it's always about the great giveaway. So when turkey shows up, it's a time to really look at, are you giving? It can be generically, it can be about charitable giving. It could be giving your time. In this circumstance, it is specifically about being able to step away from the sting and to really step into that place of beauty and power in opening your heart fully. And, once you've taken the higher perspective and done the deeper dive, your judgment on who you give your time and space and heart to is different than it was when you got stung. So you've grown, you're evolving here. And so what was scary before doesn't have to be scary now. You know more. You learn so much from this that it's okay. It's actually, you're going to put yourself in safer situations with very supportive, loving, kind people when you can open your heart fully and give back. Give back to them, show up fully, and I'm not minimizing it. It definitely, I empathize, and it takes bravery. It takes some bravery and some courage to test that out and go slow, but open up that heart chakra. Okay. Take a leap of faith. Okay. Oh, I love it. Okay, so grasshopper spirit bounces right in to say take a leap of faith. So when you're able to go and open your heart and put yourself out there with your friendships, your coworkers, your love relationship, with all of it, and specifically with whatever has hurt you, when you can take a leap forward, abundance shows up right away. You're supported by spirit in doing this. You have your angels around you. You have your whole spiritual posse, your spirit guides going, yeah, do it, be brave, get back out there, get back in there for the career, get back out there for love, get open, get to getting open and staying open, because what is awaiting for you is abundant beauty and the way things should have gone initially. All right. And now you're ready. When you open up that heart space, you can take a leap and you'll receive beautiful things in return. So important. Okay. Now here comes seahorse spirit, just cruising on by. So this seems like, oh, I don't know about that. Or you start getting some negative feelings, or fear is just running the show and you're like, oh, that's a great idea. I don't know about that. I don't know if I can do it. Seahorse shows up here just to say, watch and wait. So give it a chance, open up, And as you can neutrally observe what's going on, that kind of makes it a little less scary. So you can kind of put yourself out there and watch and see what happens. Just kind of, you know, like the seahorse just bobs along in the water. That can minimize a lot of the anxiety about putting yourself back out there if you can just take that stance of like, I'm watching like it's a movie almost. I'm just checking in. I mean, I want you to be embodied, of course, but the neutrally observing can really minimize the anxiety of doing something new and scary. So Seahorse is here to say, like, just be chill with it. It's okay. You can be chill. All right. Now, your final card is Eagle. Okay. So Spirit has your back. No matter what you do, Spirit has your back. And Spirit's here helping you to open your heart back up so that you can take those chances. You can get yourself out there so that you can learn by watching that you're a different person than you used to be. You're making different choices than ones that hurt you before. And some of the things that hurt you, it's not like you have any fault in that either. Sometimes just stuff happens. You know, companies close, people do things that have nothing to do with you or what you deserve by any means. So Spirit is here saying, hey, no matter what caused that sting, I have your back. You're loved. You're supported. It's safe. It's safe to get back out there and to be kind and easy and gentle with yourself as you do that too. But ultimately, you can't do it wrong. You know, Spirit has you all the way. Even if there was a lesson that you learned that was painful, the end result is that Spirit has you. Eagle is Spirit. In Native American culture, Eagle is actually Spirit. And so Spirit literally has your back on this process. Even if it seems kind of daunting and scary, you've got this. Okay, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much.